right now.
Scoreboard brought to you by Dodge. That's it. That's the only other action today. The rest under the lights this evening, and the Tigers all over the Twins at Comerica 10-zip. Ian Kinsler and Miguel Cabrera both having big days in support of Anibal Sanchez.
Molina fouls off as we start the seventh. One strike on him. 3 hits for the Cards. Only 1 for the Cubs. That was the triple by Soler. Leaping grab by Castro to rob Molina. Well timed.
Yeah, absolutely right. Leadoff single dies in the glove of Starlin Castro.
That's some good hops, and Arrieta loves it. Here's Colton Wong, and a strike called. Ooh, good changeup. At 87 miles an hour. As we get into the late innings, Neil Ramirez and Phil Koch are up in the bullpen. Koch, a couple of big strikeouts in his Cub debut on Sunday night. And a ball just got out of that bullpen. I think Koch uncorked a wild one. Nearing the 7th inning stretch, Christian Busch, Grammy Award-winning country artist, debuts solo album out yesterday. Southern Gravity, performed last night at Joe's Bar here in Chicago. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Randy Choate, veteran left-hander, and the sinker ball specialist Seth Maness.
Arrieta at 99 pitches now. That's why he was so pumped up at that play. Castro trying to find a way to get through the 7th inning. Expect the challenge here. Backdoor cutter.
And he got him. So that's number 6 for Arrieta.
Pitcher number 31.
And he was willing to throw that one. He's throwing that pitch off the plate down quite a bit, but he didn't want to walk long, so he's willing to throw it over a big part of the plate. Aggressive, up in the zone, over the heart of the plate, and gets a swing through from Wong.
Lynn had the first hit of the game, a single of the bloop variety in the 3rd inning. Right field again. Soler coming over. That ball twisting, and it's going to get out of play.
Get your first alert weather forecast from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Here's the 1-1. 1-2.
Jake Arrieta last September, for what it's worth, 3-0 with an 0.95 ERA. So picking up here right where he left off. Great start to the 2015 season for Arrieta.
Curve for strike 3. Christian Busch from Sugar Land coming up with a stretch.
Is the IRS auditing you? Do you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS coming after you and your money? Do not go through this alone. The Tax Hero is here to save you, to protect you, and to settle for less with the IRS. They can take money from your bank account and your paycheck. They can even come after your home or business. But wait, you can stop the IRS. The Tax Hero can save you, stop the IRS, and negotiate to reduce your taxes, keeping your money in your pocket. But wait, the IRS has a brand new program called the Fresh Start Initiative, making it easier than ever for you to qualify for tax forgiveness. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and a money-back guarantee. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes, let us fight for you. Call the Tax Hero now for a free evaluation.
Family Guy's been hacked.
What is this? What's going on?
Tap into Family Guy.
Today in the Quad Cities CW.
Glass Service Center in Rock Island. From rock chips to windshields for all your glass needs.
Congratulations to this afternoon's Good Sport, Bill Cusack. Sign up at the Fan Services booth behind home plate. Budweiser and the Cubs remind you to make a plan to make it home. Hashtag friends are waiting. Leading off for the Cubs, the first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Cubs need a run. They got shut out on Sunday night, and same deal here. But the good news is Jake Arrieta has done the same thing to the Cardinals. The Cubs, by the way, JD, have never been blanked in the first 2 games of a season. And they don't want it to happen this year for the first time.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
The leadoff man is on for the first time.
Rizzo has such great plate coverage. You have to work him inside, and Lynn just gets around this one a little bit. His hand gets kind of underneath the ball, and instead of having run back action towards the plate, it just continues to bore in on the hip of Anthony Rizzo. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's a pretty good place to get hit, better than the rib cage. The first leadoff man to reach for the Cubs here today.
Carpenter in at third. Adams holding on Rizzo. Double play depth at second and short. That's Wong and Peralta. And way outside, ball 1.
Well, Jake, we talked about in our keys of the game how good he's been at Wrigley in his career. In his last 26 innings in this ballpark, he is not allowed a run.
And he threw it away, and Rizzo will take off for second. And he's going to stop there. So an error.
Having a hard time scoring runs, you might as well accept a little charity. Rizzo hit by the pitch. Now Lynn with the throwing error on a guy who's not going to steal a bag.
Rizzo probably needs to pick up Gary Jones a little earlier.
Yeah, see that so many times with base runners. There's just that trust factor that you have to learn to accept instead of peeking back over your shoulder to find where the ball is and how the play is developing behind you. Just go ahead and pick up your third base coach who's got a great look at it.
Pitcher strike, 1-1.
String of left-handed batters coming up. Well, 2 lefties and a switch hitter in Alcantara after Castro. There's Lefty up in the pen. I don't know if that's Choate or Segras that's now up. Choate was up last inning.
Drilled out in the left for a base hit. Rizzo coming around third. Holiday's throw will be cut off by Lynn, and the Cubs finally get on the board, and they lead 1-0.
Sweet redemption. Castro with a couple of strikeouts early in the game. A big one in the fourth with a man on third base and one out, but he delivers here. There's the Mercedes drive of the game. A bit of a hanging slider. And after the error, Castro delivers. Rizzo with the first run of the ball game. An aggressive send by Gary Jones.
So that'll be it for the starter, Lynn. 1-0 Cubs, still batting, no outs in the seventh. Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 has been brought to you by Ford, America's best-selling brand. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Left-hander Kevin Segras. No relation to Ryan Seacrest, I don't think.
Third cousins twice removed.
Some mid-90s with his fastball. That one at 91 on Chris Coghlan.
I saw that inflated ERA last year. The year before, he was really, really good with St. Louis. Fastball, slider, and a curve, but primarily at mid-90s heater and slider.
Throw has to go to first. And Adams kept his toe on the bag, and we may have a replay as here comes Joe Madden.
Saw Joe Madden talking with Chris Coghlan prior to his at-bat, maybe discussing that right there, that, you know, if given an opportunity, drop a bunt down.
Well, the reaction by the crowd as he just showed it on the big board would seem to indicate that he wants this to be reviewed, and he has made that request. And I don't,
boy, hard to tell there.
The out call was made, so there has to be good evidence to prove otherwise, and I don't know on that angle that we have it quite yet.
There's a look down the line. He looks like he's still on the bag as he catches the ball there. That.
I think because we're in this,
he chose not to review it.
Okay, he chose not to. All right. Outside corner and a strike called on Montero. My bad. So the Cubs saw it the way we did. Infield in, one strike. on Montero. Cubs leading 1-0. '93, but wide, 1-1. Picked by Molina, and the pitch in the dirt.
And this is what you talked earlier about carrying the 3 catchers. This is an instance where if you wanted to, you could pinch hit here with a right-handed batter because you have the 3 catchers. You have that luxury. I think if the Cubs were tied or trailing, Madden probably would hit with a right-handed bat here. Force Mike Matheny's hand.
That'll get it done high in the air as a backpedaling Jason Hayward will make the catch, and here comes Castro. Sac fly, Miguel Montero, 2-0.
A good execution here. First Coughlin, and now Montero getting the job done. Coughlin gets him over. Montero gets him in with the deep fly ball. A day like today, 2-0 feels like 7-0.
Back by Alcantara. 2 outs, nobody on, but 2 runs in, both charged to the starter Lynn, who was really good today, but finds himself trailing.
Good take there by Alcantara. Changeup, and that's a trouble pitch for him. Which you often chase.
Swing and a miss to end the inning, but the Cubs get 2 runs, their first 2 of the season, and lead by a pair.
What can clients expect when they call Hupy and Abraham?
You won't get a bunch of false promises. We'll tell you what your case is really worth and fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
Tell them you mean business. Call 800-800-5678.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you have been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using baby powder or shower-to-shower products containing talcum powder, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. According to testimony in court, a leading baby powder company knew decades ago about the link between their baby powder and ovarian cancer, but failed to warn women of the danger. If you are an ovarian cancer victim, or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by. This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim, or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
Find out what your case may really be worth.
$70,000 more.
$400,000. A good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business. Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham right now.
Hey, Cub fans, if you miss any of today's action, ABC 7 will be rebroadcasting each one of their Cub matchups on the Live Well Network. This afternoon's encore of Cardinals Cubs will be aired in its entirety beginning at 7 p.m. on ABC 7's digital channel 7.2 and the following cable channel positions on your screen. So, JD, if you want to watch and listen to yourself, you know where to find you.
Or if you want to place a bet on the game with an unsuspecting friend, pretend it's in real time, and even though it's light out at 9 o'clock at night, might get away with it. Phil Koch last year was a Tiger. He was 5-2 with a .388 earned run average, appearing in 62 games. Been a big leaguer since breaking in with the Yankees back in 2008. Fastball, 92, 93 mile an hour range, and a slider his primary weapons.
Fastball strike to Carpenter. Fourth time through the Cardinal order as Jake Arrieta 3 times through in his 7 stellar innings. Gave up 3 hits, 3 walks, struck out 7. You saw Matt Caesar now playing left and hitting in the pitcher's spot. 1-1. Koch came into the game on Sunday in the 5th, struck out Adams, intentionally walked Molina, and then fanned Wong. He came in with runners on base and stranded them.
Walk, strikeout, and fly out to left for Carpenter today. Last year he saw more pitches per plate appearance than anybody in the league. Really makes you work. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
Cubs have brought back James Russell into the organization on a minor league contract, recently let go by the Braves. So Russell maybe could provide some help from the left side later in the year. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good start to the 8th for Phil Koch.
A little good heater right by him. Well, right there, mid-thigh, right over the heart of the plate. I usually count on Carpenter to make contact, but he pulls off that one a little bit, and Koch off to a good start here.
They were 3 for 5 Sunday, but 0 for 3 today. And the pitch, breaking ball is low and outside. For ball 1. Speaking of lefties, Travis Wood will pitch on Friday afternoon in Colorado. He'll flip-flop with Jason Hamill, who originally was to go today, but then we had the rain out last night. Kyle Hendricks will pitch on Sunday. John Lester back home on Monday. That was kind of the story nobody talked about because the Cubs were down, JD, but the bullpen was terrific Sunday night.
Yep. And we saw that bullpen develop last year with Hector Rondon leading the way. Strop, Ramirez, and development of those young kids. Figures to be a pretty good bullpen again this year. There's the probable pitching matchups for the weekend in Denver. Matzik, Kendrick, Lyles for the Rockies to go against Wood, Hamill, and Hendricks. In terms of bullpen ERA, the Cubs last year kind of middle of the pack in the National League with a 361.
Bounced past Koch, but right at Castro, and it ate him up.
Stalin had his struggles defensively in spring training. He was fooled by that ground ball. It's going to bring Joe Madden out of the dugout for a pitching change. I think if he gets Hayward, probably lets Koch stay in the game, but Holiday coming up in a man on base is going to make the move to the righty.
So an error on Castro, and that'll be it for Koch. So he was aggressive, but kind of let the ball play him instead of
just keep on coming. Yep.
So Neil Ramirez when we come back.
Hi, it's Olivia from the B100 Morning Show with the latest flashback.
A series of parachute package bombs fall on Central City. A criminal named the Trickster claims responsibility. Barry and Joe interview the original Trickster, James Jesse, who's in prison, hoping he'll have information. He feigns contempt for the copyright criminal, but actually they are in cahoots to break him out of prison. Next, the Tricksters sabotage a campaign fundraiser by poisoning the champagne and using the antidote as blackmail. Barry intervenes, but James puts a bomb on Barry's wrist that will explode if he stops running. Dr. Wells convinces Barry to run through a barrier, which he phases through, but the bomb does not. Barry returns and gives everyone the antidote, foiling the Trickster's plan. Plus, in a series of flashbacks, we learn how Hubert Thawne gets trapped in the past and steals the identity of the real Dr. Wells. An all-new The Flash returns this Tuesday.
The Flash, Tuesdays at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-397-1789.
We're back here on ABC 7 a week from Friday as Craig Kimbrell, Matt Kemp, James Shields. I could go on and on. All the new Padres coming here to Wrigley Field. 1 o'clock for the airtime on ABC 7 next Friday.
Not one, but two Uptons.
Right. Yeah. It's no longer BJ, it's Melvin.
Yeah.
Upton and Justin as Holiday fouls against Neil Ramirez.
Good year for Neil Ramirez last year. He was 3-3 with a 144. He also saved 3 games along the way, held opponents to a 184 batting average.
He struck out Holiday in the 7th inning on Sunday. Inside, 1-1.
Fastball, curveball, and a slider for Ramirez, the former starting pitcher, just misses off the plate inside there. Hayward a threat to run, but less so with the Cardinals down 2 here late in the ball game. But he's going.
There he goes, and Holiday pops it foul, and the wind's going to push this one well out of play.
Holiday typically finds himself among the league leaders in grounding into double plays. Might be part of Mike Matheny's thinking, and sort of laying back thinking you're going to knock one out of the ballpark on a day like today probably makes sense to play for a run here in the 8th. Start a base runner.
Fourth year for Mike Matheny as a Cardinal manager. 2-2.
Typical of the Cubs pitchers to try to crowd Holiday with fastballs. He's a good breaking ball hitter. He has really good power to right center.
Up in the air. Alcantara and Soler in the area, and it'll be the right fielder to make the grab. So 2 outs, and now Matt Adams, and Joe Madden is heading back out. And he may want Pedro Strop. He does. So Koch, Ramirez, and next Pedro Strop. Cubs lead 2-0 in the 8th.
To come up with a great answer,
shake your butt when you're happy.
You have to think different. Name something you might like about living life as a woman.
Have my own breasts.
Yes! Yes! My very own breasts! Find a whole new reality here on The Feud.
Weeknights at 6 on the Quad Cities CW.
Strop.
Strop, a big part of the bullpen last year, figures to be again this year. It's the one lefty in the bullpen, so with a dangerous left-handed batter up there, Joe Madden goes with Pedro Strop. He held left-handed batters to a 212 batting average last year.
Scoreless 8th with 2 strikeouts and a hit on Sunday. Hayward at first. Matt Adams swings and misses.
Boy, that's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball with changeup movement. I mean, it was just diving down and away. And there's another reason to call on Pedro Strop in this circumstance.
Hit hard, but right at the shortstop Castro for the final out. So the bullpen does its job here in the 8th.
Hi, it's Olivia from the B100 Morning Show with the latest flashback.
A series of parachute package bombs fall on Central City. A criminal named the Trickster claims responsibility. Barry and Joe interview the original trickster, James Jesse, who's in prison, hoping he'll have information. He feigns contempt for the copyright criminal, but actually they are in cahoots to break him out of prison. Next, the tricksters sabotage a campaign fundraiser by poisoning the champagne and using the antidote as blackmail. Barry intervenes, but James puts a bomb on Barry's wrist that will explode if he stops running. Dr. Wells convinces Barry to run through a barrier, which he phases through, but the bomb does not. Barry returns and gives everyone the antidote, foiling the trickster's plan. Plus, in a series of flashbacks, we learn how Hubert Thawne gets trapped in the past and steals the identity of the real Dr. Wells. An all-new The Flash returns this Tuesday.
The Flash, Tuesdays at 7 on the Quad Cities CW.
Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-397-1789.
To come up with a great answer,
shake your butt when you're happy.
You have to think different. Name something you might like about living life as a woman.
Have my own breasts.
Yes! a whole new reality here on The Feud.
Weeknights at 6 on the Quad Cities CW.
Video board in left. And I'll tell you what, I know it's controversial to some, but I think it is blended in very well. Generally green, which fits in with the landscape here, and I think it makes the ballpark even more intimate. There's a bunt by Matt Caesar and a good one. Matt Belisle got him. Brandon Hyde wants Joe Madden to think about a possible replay challenge.
Out of the dugout, looking back in to see whether that's worth the challenge or not. Nice play by Belisle, the veteran. Good strong throw, and it appeared that they just did get Caesar. Caesar impressed in spring training in a big way, especially with the power he showed. And I think Joe Madden's in the why not take a look at it mode here.
Yeah, you're in the 8th inning. You might as well try to buy a base runner here. Caesar actually staying at first. And they will take another look.
Smoothest footwork over there by Adams on that one, was it? Turned his feet around and reached forward, and then not a little time for that throw.
It'll take them long to confirm the call.
Hitting next for the Cubs, the third baseman, number 11.
Belisle's a veteran. He came up with the Cincinnati Reds back in 2005. He's been a very durable guy, 65-plus appearances at each of the last 5 seasons. Last year he was a Rocky, and he's 4-7 with a 487 earned run average.
One and one to La Stella. Well, 2-1. Another ball got out of the bullpen as Hector Rondon, the closer, is up. Three balls and a strike. Driven to deep right. Hayward back and caught on the warning track. Just about any other day, that's a home run, but the wind is blowing in.
Good swing by La Stella. Gets a little lift on this one, and yeah, another day perhaps.
Curve strike to Fowler at 71. Probably the slowest pitch we've seen all day. Fowler's entire career in the National League. Rockies, Astros, and now the Cubs.
Well, that was the American League Astros.
Oh, you're right. It was. Thank you for pointing that out.
Well, I figured I'd better before somebody got on Twitter and lit you up.
Well, they'll do that anyway. So the Astros, are they 2 years in now as an American League club? And I still have those days like today. Yeah. You know, the Astros hosting Cleveland to start the season, and I was thinking, is that no, it's not. The Interleague series this week, Boston and the Phillies.
No, he didn't. Yeah, Boston put a pretty good beat down on Cole Hamels the other day, didn't they?
swing and a miss, and that will take us to the 9th as the Cubs look for their first win of the year, leading 2-0.
After an accident, don't settle for less. Hupy and Abraham believes your case is worth more.
$750,000.
A good lawyer shouldn't cost you more. They should get you more.
Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham, right now.
3 LA ladies could not get a date till they crashed in a place that would alter their fate. Cleveland! Yes, Cleveland had all that these women could seek. And there you will find them 5 nights a week.
I get disgusting gestures 10 times a day. It is fantastic.
In Cleveland.
Today at 4 on the Quad Cities CW.
Tap into Family Guy.
Today at 5:30 on the Quad Cities CW.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Nearly 3 million homeowners have already taken advantage of this fantastic money-saving program. But there are so many more of you who could be saving hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. Quicken Loans is here to help you save money. Why Quicken Loans? The home loan experts at Quicken Loans fully understand the HARP guidelines. We'll work with you to understand your specific circumstances and strive to find the financial solution that's best for you. Then we'll guide you through each step of the mortgage refinance process to make sure that it's both simple and easy. If you weren't HARP eligible in the past, new guidelines could mean that now you are. Give us a call and we'll give you a Quicken Loans mortgage review. It's simple and easy. To learn more about this money-saving U.S. government program, call Quicken Loans today or go to QuickenLoans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
At the law firm of Hupy & Abraham, we have successfully represented well over 3,000 injured bikers. Some of our clients have received multi-million-dollar settlements. How many law firms can say that?
Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham.
Glass Service Center in Rock Island, from rock chips to windshields for all your glass needs.
And Hector Rondon, bust out year last year as he grabbed the closer's role and put up terrific numbers. Facing Johnny Peralta. He fouls into the upper deck.
Rondon coming off a solid spring as well. Worked 9 innings, 10 appearances, allowed just 1 run. In the Cactus League, mid to upper 90s fastball. He's had more depth on his slider. That's the one thing I noticed this spring. Something he was kind of working on last year. Arrieta's ability to go 7 today really made it nice for Joe Madden. He could kind of wheel and deal there in the 8th and turn it over to Rondon here in the 9th.
He likes to work from the windup with nobody on, which is not as common as it used to be. Most short relievers just go from the stretch these days. That ball hit hard, but he hit it right at Matt Caesar. So 1 away. It's interesting. Mike Matheny, they got Trevor Rosenthal to go to the stretch. Matheny has talked about more studies being done. He thinks everybody should throw from the stretch. He said your biggest pitches are made from the stretch, and he'd like to see some sort of evidence that proves that the windup is somehow better. In Rondon's case, he said he feels like his velocity is a little better, and that's something we could obviously check. As Jay dribbles one to Alcantara, 2 quick outs. I think for most pitchers, JD, it's whatever feels good, right?
Right, and I think, yeah, and sometimes it's just a psychological thing. You feel comfortable one way, but I kind of understand where Matheny's coming from. You make your biggest pitches with men on base, especially a relief pitcher.
And you have to learn 2 different
Right, and
things.
there's always the fear when you make the transition from the windup to the stretch. It might be a little bit out of sync.
Molina with 2 outs. Fly ball, center field. Dexter Fowler makes a catch. Cubs win. Cubs win. They turn the tables on the Cardinals. Joe Madden gets his first win as the Cubs skipper. A 2-0 final today. We can safely say pitching dominated this series.
Yeah, Jake Arrieta, first start of the year, was outstanding today. His command wasn't particularly sharp, especially early on, but despite that, he still posted 7 shutout innings, allowed just 3 hits, and the Cubs taking advantage of a miscue by Lance Lynn in the 7th. He hit Rizzo with a pitch, then a throwing error moved Rizzo into scoring position that turned into a 2-run inning, and that's all they needed. Great work from the bullpen here this afternoon.
Yeah, one of those runs was unearned as a result of that error. And the Cubs will head to Colorado on Friday afternoon for the Rockies home opener at 1-1. Joe might be looking for his wife in the stands. I'm not sure. Jake Arrieta will get the win. Hector Rondon the save. Good work by Koch, Ramirez, and Stroke, who all recorded an out in the 8th inning. And Miguel Montero standing by with our Jim Rose. Jim?
Thanks, Len. Miguel Montero, great game today behind the plate for you. And Jake Arrieta, what a game he pitched today.
Yeah, he was outstanding. I mean, early in the game, he was kind of little, trying to be too fine. We had a talk, and you know what? He got too good of the staff to be too fine. He's just got to attack, and he did. And I mean, I can't ask for no more. He was outstanding. 7
innings pitched today, 3 hits. That's all he gave up today. A couple of strikeouts there. He looked good throughout the whole contest.
Yeah, no, he's, you know what? He's a competitor, man. I knew it since I met him in spring training, and you know what? I would love to catch him every time, man. He's pretty good.
His location was pretty good?
Yeah, his location was outstanding. You know, he was we got a little bit the tightest strike zone today, so he was kind of fall behind a few times, but he was able to come back and make a pitch.
This team was scoreless on Sunday. In the 7th inning, you guys busted out with 2 runs, and you got a nice sacrifice fly to get that 2nd run.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to get that RBI, and it feels even better to get the W. You know, he pitched well enough to deserve a W, so we got to give it to him.
Outstanding. Miguel Montero, thank you. Good luck. Cubs now 1-1, first victory of the season. And I could say it came here on ABC 7. Len, Jim, back up to you. Maybe we're the good luck charm.
Maybe. Great work today, Jim. We appreciate it very much as we start a new era of Cubs baseball on ABC 7. 2-0, the final. We'll be back.
Clippers luck. Welcome to the battle. Join Cedric the Entertainer and the country's best barbers.
LeBron James' personal barber.
With the barber's best bars.
It's a little hard cutting hair over here with Borat working next to me.
Cedric's Barber Battle. Premieres April 17th on the Quad Cities CW.
An important medical alert for all parents of boys who have taken Risperdal. The medication Risperdal has been linked to breast growth in young men, also known as gynecomastia. The FDA issued several warnings to advise patients that young males grew enlarged breasts after taking Risperdal, and in some cases required corrective surgery to treat the complication. If your son was prescribed Risperdal and has been diagnosed with gynecomastia,
call Parliament Law Firm at 1-800-715-9786 for a free legal consultation. 1-800-715-9786.
I'm doing it! I'm flying! They're Springfield's biggest family, The Simpsons. Today on the Quad Cities CW.
Have you or a loved one taken the blood thinner medication Xarelto? Xarelto has been linked to a dramatic increase in serious and fatal side effects, including uncontrollable internal bleeding, hemorrhaging, stroke, and death after taking the medication. Furthermore, physicians are unable to control or reverse internal bleeding side effects, making the drug more dangerous than other blood thinner medications. In May 2014, the Institute for Safe Medication Practices revealed that physicians and patients were reporting life-threatening injuries in increasing number after using Xarelto. If you or a loved one suffered internal bleeding, hemorrhaging, stroke, or death after taking Xarelto, then you may be entitled to significant compensation. However, there are time deadlines to file your claim.
Call the Law Office of Parliament and Associates immediately at 1-800-604-3086 to speak with one of our experienced attorneys. Our lawyers will evaluate your claim and advise you of your legal options. Call 1-800-604-3086. That's 1-800-604-3086.
Let's take a look at the Hyundai play of the game. Well, the cleanup hitters, Starlin Castro, did the job as he knocked in Anthony Rizzo, made it 1-0. That would be the game-winning hit. Cubs win the ball game 2-0. We'll have some final thoughts from the ballpark in a moment.
Attention women, this is an important medical alert. Have you or a loved one experienced harmful side effects from a transvaginal mesh implant used to repair pelvic organ prolapse or stress urinary incontinence? Complications from transvaginal mesh implants include debilitating pain, bleeding, infections, urinary problems, painful intercourse, erosion, removal of the mesh, and can require additional surgery. Over 80,000 complications have been reported. In April 2014, a transvaginal mesh manufacturer agreed to pay $830 million for injuries caused by the implant. If you or a loved one suffered harmful side effects from a transvaginal mesh implant used to repair pelvic organ prolapse or stress urinary incontinence, then you may be entitled to compensation. However, there are time deadlines to file your claim.
Call the Law Office of Parliament and Associates immediately at 1-800-946-3237 to speak with one of our experienced attorneys. Our lawyers will evaluate your claim and advise you of your legal options. Call 1-800-946-3237.
To come up with a great answer,
Shake your butt when you're happy.
you have to think different. Name something you might like about living life as a woman.
Have my own breasts.
Yes! Yes! My very own breast! Find a whole new reality here on The Feud.
Tonight at 6 on the Quad Cities CW. Meet the eligible bachelors of Seinfeld.
I'm single, I'm thin, and I'm neat.
I can't get my pants off.
Lord of the Idiots. Seinfeld.
Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC 7 has been brought to you by Ford, America's best-selling brand. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Well, not much margin for error, really, in either of the two games of this opening series. 3-0 Cardinals on Sunday night. 2-0 Cubs today in front of a paid crowd of 26,814. And Jake Arrieta in his first start of the year walked a couple of guys in the first inning, but after that, JD, he was the Jake Arrieta of 2014.
Yeah, you're not going to win many games when you get 4 base runners, and that's precisely what happened here today. The Cubs had 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batsman, but some good execution in that run-scoring 7th, and an outstanding performance by Jake Arrieta, the key today. And as Miguel Montero mentioned with Jim Rose, Arrieta struggled a little bit early on, perhaps trying to be a little too fine, maybe just a little extra amped up. But once he locked in and found that release point, it was the Arrieta we kind of expected to see after all the good work he did last year. 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs. He walked 3, struck out 7. Arrieta gets off to a great start in 2015, and boy, what a run he's got going here at Wrigley. No runs allowed in his last 26 innings pitched here. He came into this game with a 6-1 record and a 1.46 ERA in this ballpark last season.
And it's fair to say that whenever we see the Cardinals throughout this season, Joe Madden may do what he can to manipulate the rotation, because Arrieta now 6 career starts, an ERA of well under 1.
Yeah, those are the kind of, there's some numbers and some samples you don't put a whole lot of faith in, but when a guy has that kind of success against a club, given an opportunity, you find a way to get him to pitch.
So the weekend will be spent at altitude in Denver. And here are your pitching matchups. Wood against Matzik, a battle of lefties, and then righties the rest of the way. Hamill and Kendrick, who won on opening day. Hendricks and Jordan Lyles. And the Rockies off to a good start. Not much expected of them, but I don't expect 3-0, 2-0 in Denver necessarily.
No, I mean, even when the Rockies are not good, they tend to score a lot of runs in their home ballpark. And that's, a particular challenge for Travis Wood. He's one of the more extreme fly ball pitchers in the National League. So at altitude, that could be a bit of a challenge for him.
I think it's also safe to say that in this era now of a lower run-scoring environment, defense situational hitting, those things become even more important. And I think Joe Madden would even tell you that it's something this club needs to work on, tighten up the defense a little bit. As you mentioned, you're not going to win a lot of games with as few base runners as the Cubs had, but that's something to look for.
Well, he talked about in Arizona. You know, Arizona kind of fools you. It's hot, the ball's jumping all over the place, and you play 10-9 games. That's not going to happen once the regular season starts. Certainly not in Chicago in April.
So our next Cubs broadcast on ABC 7, a week from Friday, April 17th. The San Diego Padres here at Wrigley Field. Coverage starts at 1 o'clock. Thanks to our entire crew, and for Jim Deshaies, I'm Len Casper. So long, everybody. 2-0 Cubs the final. Stay tuned. ABC 7 News is next.
Attention all parents of boys who have taken the drug Risperdal. The medication Risperdal, approved to treat bipolar disorder, ADHD, irritability associated with autism, and other behavior disorders, has been linked to abnormal weight gain and breast tissue growth in boys, also known as gynecomastia. Males who develop gynecomastia are often required to undergo corrective surgical procedures, and many patients suffer emotional trauma in addition to the physical pain and suffering. If your son was prescribed Risperdal and was diagnosed with gynecomastia after taking the medication, you should call Parliament Law Firm to learn the legal options against the drug's manufacturer. Let our experienced legal team fight for the compensation and justice you deserve. Your claim may have time-sensitive criteria, so contact us now to see if you are eligible for a Risperdal lawsuit.
Contact the attorneys of Parliament Law Firm at 1-800-921-0681 for a free and confidential legal consultation. That's 1-800-921-0681.
Henry Repeating Arms is a family-owned business.
At Henry, we make sure that each part of every rifle is made in America.
Like gun barrel quality steel from Ohio, brass castings from Pittsburgh, and the finest American walnut from Missouri. We deliver an American-made rifle that you would be proud to own.
To own your own piece of American history, call now for your free Henry catalog and a list of dealers in your area, plus a free decal. Call now.
Glass Service Center in Rock Island, from rock chips to windshields for all your glass needs.
I remember one instance that I said to Brian, I don't want to die. I don't want this to be it. I'm not ready for that. And there's so much that I want to do, there's so much I want to accomplish. And he was very strong and just said, you're not going to.
If she had a difficult thing during treatment, it was the fact that she couldn't skate. Being diagnosed with a lymphoma and going through the chemo could have knocked anybody down, but it didn't knock her down.
Research that the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society funded for Rituxan, which was one of the drugs that I took, helped make the survival rate what it is today. It will end. You know, there will be a cure, a definitive cure. Finding the good in whatever life throws at you, I think is the way we should approach each day.
To come up with a great answer,
shake your butt when you're happy.
You have to think different. Name something you might like about living life as a